Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Trends. My name is Nakale. Of course, you know that already. I'm excited to be here this hour, bringing you the latest. You know, it's your favorite show, Trends, and would I say fortunately or unfortunately? Well, yeah, of course, fortunately for me, I'm joined in the studio as always by the amazing Ife. Say hello to the people.
I
It's like
welcome
this your
back
red hair is becoming a signature. This thing. I'm thinking of dyeing my hair
to purple.
red.
No,
I'll do red so that it's not like I'm copying you.
no, do
What do you
purple.
think?
It's
Red
purple. I
hair.
want purple. Purple will look
How
very
will I
nice.
explain to people what's going to be the rationale
No,
behind?
you don't have to explain
I
it.
should just do purple.
Just own it.
So watch out, purple hair Nakali coming soon. Soon, just mark it to your calendar. But
Mhm.
welcome, guys. I'd like to say big welcome to everyone who is connected online. Big shout out to you, and let's know where you're watching us from in the comment section. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who is joining.
You're
Welcome.
welcome.
Ife, I have few questions for you today as we begin.
Okay.
Number one, what's your so I've been meaning to ask you this because I
Hmm.
know that you're not the firstborn.
Nope.
What's your number? What number are you? Are
The
you a middle?
baby of the
You're a
house,
last born.
last born. Yes, and the
That
only
explains a lot
female.
of things, right? That just
That
puts clarity
what?
to a lot of
Wait,
things.
wait. What are you trying to
Don't
say?
worry, it's for me to know, for you to find out. But have you ever had a conversation with someone who's a firstborn before? Like a
Yes.
firstborn, either male, female,
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
I want us to talk a little about that
Mm-hmm.
because, especially because, in the last couple of days, I've interacted with people all my life. I'm not a firstborn, by the way. Let me just put that there. I'm a
Are
middle
you the
child.
last? Oh,
Yeah,
mid.
I'm a middle
Oh,
child. We are the
middle.
special ones, right? I just believe that there are a few things that are never said, although
Mm-hmm.
are the reality, and I want us to just talk a little into that about the realities of being a firstborn child, either female or male. But yeah, I want us to also talk into a female first child. You know,
Mm.
the unseen
Yeah.
expectations, battles, and all of those things. Being a first child is not it's not child's play.
At all.
Have you ever had a conversation with your first child? Is he a boy or not your first child? Now your no, calm down, be calming down. I mean, like the first child in your family, a boy or
Yes.
male or female?
Male. I'm
Hmm.
the only female in the family.
Really?
Yeah. That's
You
why
guys
like
should
I'm
know
used
too.
to this soft life, like this baby girl life. I'm used to being
Ah.
pampered. I'm used to
Oh.
being taken care of. So like it's just one
Oh.
of those
Clap up for
things.
Jesus. Amazing, amazing. Now, this is in harsh contrast to usually to what is the reality of a firstborn child,
Yeah.
right? One of the things that I've noticed about firstborn children is the subtle parentization of those children.
Hmm. Yeah.
What that means is that many times when people give birth to their first child or their first children,
First child.
first child, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
usually what happens is that that child becomes an extension of them. Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the parent gives birth to the child when they're young, is their first time parenting, is their first shot
Mm.
at parenting. So the
Yes.
trials and the errors,
Mm-hmm.
the
It's the
testing
guinea
the
pig.
waters, the child is the guinea pig literally,
Yes.
so the good, the bad, and the ugly, the child gets
Mm-hmm.
to go through it. But then there's the subtle parentization of the firstborn child. If you're a firstborn child, let us know in the comment section, right? We'd love to hear from you. But
Yeah.
you know, the parentization is in the sense that when the parent begin to have other children, they
Mm-hmm.
expect subtly, maybe consciously or unconsciously, that that first child
Should take
will
care of
take
the
care.
younger ones.
There's this unconscious expectations,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That they believe that okay, if you're having their second child, their third child, all the other siblings will be taken care of to a large extent by that first child because
Yes.
that child should have learned the modus
Mm-hmm.
operandi of the house
Yes.
and
Then
then
he's
passes it
older.
on. Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
there's that subtle parentization, and it's a lot of burden on them. Usually, these are things that are not, especially in our part of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Africa or in Nigeria. In fact, I grew up knowing my elder sister. My sister is the eldest. I have an elder sister. She's
Okay.
the firstborn. So I grew up expecting, in fact, not just knowing, I grew up expecting her to be the best at everything,
Mm.
to know how to do everything. Because I just feel like, okay, you are like
Mm-hmm.
you are the one that had all the trainings,
Yeah.
and there is the, how would I call it now? this dissatisfaction that comes when you see the relationship between firstborns and lastborns. There's always that anger. And
Yes,
do you know
yes,
that? Have you
yes. I
experienced
can.
something like that
Yes,
before?
yes. I can relate.
Because it looks like the lastborn gets all
A
the
bit
soft life.
softer side of the parents.
Because I saw a video,
Yes.
a lady was she was ranting about how that why have the tables shifted? Why are the tides changing? Because
Mm-hmm.
she knows what she remembers certain things that
How
they
strict the
yes
parents
certain things
were.
that a younger one would do now and get away with it. She
Yes.
dared not do it
Do
then,
it. In
and
fact,
now
I can see it even from my own side, like with my
mm,
elder brothers. There are things that I would do and get
now
away with it. Not even now, when I was younger, but
whilst you guys were all younger.
yes, yes, there were things I would do and get it. Not really, not bad things, but there were some times that my brother would be like, ah, that I'm enjoying. Because there are some things that I'm doing that you dare not try with
Yeah,
my mom back then. So I
yes.
can I can definitely
And I
relate.
think my heart goes out to every first child out there, because usually the expectation from that quarter is usually
So much
sometimes is
I
so much, sometimes it's even unrealistic,
mm,
because you expect them to be perfect because they're
yeah.
supposed to be examples to the others,
Mm-hmm.
which is not necessarily a bad thing in itself. It's just that sometimes it puts undue process, it doesn't allow the child be a
It
child.
be a, thank you. That's the word
So they have
man.
to grow up too soon, right?
Yes,
In order
yes.
to mirror what the parent wants the other children to see as an ideal child,
Mm-hmm.
right? They have to, like I said, the subtle parentization of them, they have to grow up to take responsibilities
Yeah.
early.
It's even harder in a setting where maybe there's only one of the parent, maybe the father
Yeah.
or the mom.
Yes.
For
Yes.
example, now my dad died quite young, like I
Oh,
was just a year plus when my
condolence.
thank you, when my dad died. And
Mm,
I could remember then that my mom was telling my elder brother
yeah.
that is like the father of the
Mm,
house now. In
mm.
fact, when my dad died, it was the one that my mom had to go and tell people in our
Wow.
school
Wow.
that my dad had died, that she won't be able to
Wow.
come in and all of that. And then it was
Was
old, but he was still a teenager.
wow.
So he had to grow up
That would have
very
been a
fast.
lot for him
Yeah,
to
so he had
handle.
to grow up very fast. And he's such a father, like he has a father mentality.
Mm.
So when they are going to school, he like my three elder brothers went
Yeah.
to the same secondary school.
Oh wow.
So he will have to take care of them, like have them in his mind, anything that is
Yes,
happening,
look out for
coming
them.
back.
Be sure they're good.
Yes, and then even the younger sister, like there were things that he did. We were not very close growing up
Yeah, I
because
can
I
imagine.
thought I thought it was too strict. Like he
Wow.
was very strict. It's now that we are
Mm,
much
mm,
closer. So one of these days, like I think this year or last year, we were just having a conversation.
yeah.
So he told me something that he did back then, and I'm like, oh, brother, thank you.
I can imagine.
So where we were living there was like it's like a police barrack. It's not a
Okay.
police barrack, but was like a police barrack, like
Yeah.
plenty house inside
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
compound. So there were some guys like they had I think I've shared this before. I don't know.
Mm.
Like some big boys in the
In the
area
area,
there,
yeah.
yeah. So it was the one that when I just noticed that these guys never come near me. Like they will go after other young girls in
But
the
they were avoiding
but they
you.
were avoiding me. I did not know. I was like, ah, I did I didn't know. So it was later
Yeah.
on,
What
like
had gone
last
ahead?
year, yes, that my brother was telling me that when we moved to that house,
Yeah.
he went to tell them that you see this girl, anytime she's
Avoid
passed,
her.
just avoid
My
her.
God.
So when he said that, I'm like, oh,
Ah.
dear brother.
So you usually, and let me ask you, do you think that that has any negative side effect?
Hmm.
There's the benefit of that. He grows up
Yes.
fast. He takes responsibility. He's
Yes.
intuitive. He
Mm-hmm.
takes initiative. He has to. He steps up to the occasion early enough,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
helps him because his life picks up
Yes.
quickly.
Yes. Yes.
However, there are subtle
Mm-hmm.
disadvantages to these
Yes, he
things.
didn't have the chance to be the child,
Mm,
to, he's always
mm,
expected to be the matured one
yeah,
in
yeah,
any occasion.
yeah,
And even till now,
yeah.
it doesn't matter if he's passing through anything, everyone will still come to
Still
him.
expects him to step
Yes,
up
that
and
this
show
is
up.
what I'm going through, and he
Mm,
will have to like know how to
yes,
give advice, even
yes.
if he's not in the right frame of
Mm,
mind. So,
mm.
yes, definitely there are some
One
disadvantages
of
to it.
the possible disadvantage of that also is the fact that people like that, if care is not taken, get so busy with others that
They don't have
they get
time for
sunk in other
themselves.
people's issues and forget about themselves. So they are lost as to discovering themselves, because all their lives they have grown up to be either secondary caregivers, to be situational parents, like I said, circumstantial parents, just to step up to the occasion and make things work. And usually the disadvantage of that is, one of the possible disadvantage is that they might get lost, forget about themselves,
Themselves,
get
yeah.
sunk into other people's issues, help them sort out their life, help them sort out their issues, help them clarify one or two things about their life, and down the line they now find out that, okay, they have only been existing, they've not been living.
Yeah.
And then usually it now becomes a cycle of pain, because they now in turn back and are pained and feel like they've been cheated off of their prime,
Yes,
because where they
yes.
should be, take for example a female child that is the first child. Now she grows up thinking about her siblings, some of them, I think we even had one of our guests one of these days was speaking about how that she had to grow up early, did certain things and all that she was not so proud of, but God eventually came for her and all. And you see that many times some people that even have it difficult have to go the extra mile, sometimes even do things that are not even right,
Yes,
just
just to take
because they
care
need to take
of
care,
their younger
their
ones.
responsibility on them. And I don't know why, but I just feel like we should speak to firstborn children, male,
Yeah.
female. It's not easy, it's a whole lot, but
Yes.
God's got you, right? It can be overwhelming, but God's got you. I
Yeah.
think that's that's the much I can say on that. Really, God's got you. It's a
Yes.
whole lot. And let's not even talk about the struggles that firstborns have to go through. Now, talked about the need to make ends meet, expectations,
They are not
societal.
thinking for just themselves.
Exactly.
Any money that comes in, your first thought is not, I want to buy this.
Yeah.
Anyway, for responsible people. So if he's a responsible man or a woman,
Yeah.
any money that comes in is
You're
not
thinking
thinking
about how to
about
sort
himself.
out
He's thinking about
problems
how to
first
share to this,
before you
share to
think.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a good side, but the other bad side is
It's a good side, relative though, because I've seen situations. Let me just say that I always say that everything in this world has happened, the good, the bad, the ugly. So there are always examples of the good aspect of this. There are always examples of the bad
bad
aspects of it. There
aspect.
are always the neutral examples, right? So for some reasons, the elder ones never attained to the height they wanted to attain to, and somehow felt obligated or felt like those ones owed them. It
Yes,
can be a very
yes,
crazy
yes,
crazy
yes.
circle, where they now come back and say, okay, I made you who I bent
Yes.
over backwards to
And
ensure.
usually, in the process of trying to take care of the younger ones, if
Yeah,
they neglect to take care of themselves, then there will
exactly.
now come the situation where the younger ones are
Are
doing
doing much
better.
better.
And then if the
Yes.
younger one is
And then
now
they
not,
blame those ones that, okay, if I was
yes,
not, if I didn't
if I
have
didn't make
to
these
start,
sacrifices, you won't be where
yes, you
you
won't
are
be where you are,
today.
and I won't be here. I would
Yeah.
have been,
Yes, I
imagine
would be
all the money
better.
I had to put in, all of those things. So these situations can be very, very dicey. And I know that certain people might be in different experiences right now, thinking whether or not to go bend over backwards and do all of this and all. The truth of the matter is, I would just say that usually any good you're doing, let it be as unto God, and
Yes.
not you expecting returns from the good that you're doing, the good deeds that you're doing. God in, and the truth of it is, you must always help people in a way that you can continue being a blessing to them, and you
Thank
can continue
you.
helping.
Most
So
important.
whilst you are helping and bending over backwards to see that your younger ones, if you're a firstborn child, get it, you are making sacrifices, going the extra mile, fantastic. You also ensure that you're making sacrifices for yourself also,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that you can, even as you go forward, continually remain relevant and all of those things, so that the sustainability can be for a long time.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the I won't call it discrimination, but it's discrimination sort of. A lot of people dread marrying firstborns,
Yeah, I can imagine.
right? I've heard people. Let me before I even go for it, let me ask you: can you marry a firstborn?
Yes. I even like it.
Uh-uh.
Yes, because one of the things
You
I
believe
like
he's
is
responsible?
not even responsible, maturity. To
Hmm.
be able to say, let's do this, da, da, da. So I like that kind of thing. So
So,
yes.
well, contrary to
most people will not
Most
like
people,
it. Yes.
they just
And
believe
I
that it's
understand
a lot of
the
drama.
downside, because firstborns, they are like they are used to telling someone to do this, like telling their younger ones to do this, and they will do it.
And then they
So
import it to marriage
so you're like,
sometimes.
you can't, if I don't want, okay, calm down.
I'm not your sibling. I get.
If I don't want
I
to do
get.
it, you can't
And
force
then there's
me.
the obvious shared attention. The fact that
Yeah.
if this person has been responsible for his younger
Mm-hmm.
ones and you're
Mm-hmm.
coming into the picture, you're going to have to fight for attention, in the
Attention.
sense that he's going to still split somewhat, consciously or unconsciously. Attention might still be split between you and the younger ones, and then it might be at loggerheads as to where to focus or channel his
It's
attention
attention.
to. And every now and again, if you demand for more attention, it looks like you're being insensitive to the situation or to the reality of what's on ground. So
Yes.
people just believe, rather than go through all of that, let me avoid the whole drama.
Yes. What
Just
would be worse is even firstborn, like the two, the male and the female.
firstborn. Especially in the
The
Nigerian
last both.
background, where if your both parents are well to do, it might just
But
be
there'll still be
expectations.
struggle.
It might just be
Even in that kind of
expectations.
situation, that would be more hard. Like the lady is coming from a situation where she's financially okay.
Yeah.
That means she's giving others at work. She's giving others to her
But if the
younger
guy is coming
ones.
from a place where he's also financially okay,
So that's it. So all of them will now be giving
you'll
other. Will
just
now
be
be
giving
like,
yourself.
who do
So,
I
but
listen to?
okay, so of course you've said you don't mind marrying a firstborn, but can you marry a lastborn?
Ah.
So obviously, with your response, there is the general stereotypes that people
Here's
just
the thing,
believe.
I can if is matured, if he
You
has
see,
grown
but you
past.
already gave the stereotype answer, because there's the stereotype that firstborns are mature, lastborns are babyish, they are mommy's boys or mommy's girls, as it were, and it's often not the case actually,
Yes,
right? You
that's the
can see a
truth.
firstborn that is immature.
Yes.
You can take responsibility and still be immature. Like, you have not
Yeah.
built
Yes.
emotional intelligence. You have not built. You probably have just stood up to the occasion. You have done bent over backwards for labor to ensure, but that emotional. In fact, I believe that that's still one of the reasons why people do good and expect
Something in
in
return.
return, and are offended when they don't get. Of course, it's good that good is reciprocated, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you
But it
build.
doesn't have to be the person you do something good
Do you
for that
understand?
will pay
And
you back.
if you start out your good works with that at the back of your mind, you definitely are set up for, it's a recipe for disaster.
Disappointment. Yes.
So there's the stereotype that firstborns are mature and lastborns are mommy's boys or mommy's girls, right? But then there is the fear that a lot of people have, that, you know what, I will avoid the whole drama. I don't want
I just go
any
for
issue.
the middle
Yes,
child.
let me just go for the middle child. That's why I say we are the special ones. I mean, what can I say? I no drama, no drama, no. Firstborns is the rigid, lastborn babyish, the middle ones a good, perfect
Forgotten.
blend. So big shout out to all middle bonds in the house, if you are in the house, and yeah.
Big shout out to the last bones in the house, the baby of the house, the
Well,
loved ones.
you guys are used to getting your way, so yeah, big shout out to
Ah,
you.
nice
Shout out
one.
as always.
Okay.
All right, so you want to say something? Then head to the dilemma
Yeah,
session.
and then as a last point, I
Yeah.
think other than why we're talking about this firstborn thing, what we also have to take note is the response of the younger ones. As much as they are putting responsibility on the older ones, the
Yeah.
younger ones too should be
Yeah. Responsive.
yes, and then be compassionate
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
realize that this person is also a human being,
Yes.
and they
Has
have
their
their
own life
own,
to
yes,
live.
their own life. So you don't just pour all your
Yes.
grievances, all
Yes.
your issues
And honestly,
on
I've
your
seen,
brother.
sorry to say, but I've seen very irresponsible, and let me say very insensitive younger ones.
Yes.
I mean, like, I've seen them exist around, where you see someone clearly, going overboard, trying to make ends meet, just to ensure that this person can enjoy a benefit in life that they never got the opportunity to. And then you see I was in school then, I had classmates that some of those ladies, it was their elder brothers that were, maybe even was a carpenter, or was a farmer, or was doing both something, just to make ends meet, sending them to school. They came to school and were just gallivanting and doing all sorts of
Wasting
things,
the
wasting the
resources.
resources. Some of them, and it's funny how that they never understand those sacrifices, because they never had to make those sacrifices.
Yeah. and they
sometimes
are
they
not
squander,
compassionate
they're not
enough, no
compassionate.
empathy.
I mean, so if you're not a first child and you have an older sibling that is going all out trying to ensure that you're comfortable, even if the person is not doing everything, you have your parents and all, but the person is supportive, and then please celebrate them every now and
Yeah.
again. Understand that they are human. Check on them.
Mm.
Don't assume
Yeah.
that they are always fine. Don't just believe that they have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Ask about their mental well-being, their
Mm.
relationship, their
Mm.
finances. Be concerned. Don't just be a receiver. Also
Yes.
reciprocate on their special day. Make them feel loved, and even
Mm-hmm.
beyond the special days, also make them feel loved. I think we
Yeah.
need to cry out justice for
Mm-hmm.
firstborns.
Mm-hmm. The
um,
only add side to this, especially
you speak for the
especially
last
no,
born.
especially if the firstborn is a male.
Mm,
I remember, is it not? I think last year, my elder brother's birthday.
yeah.
I sent all three of them during their birthdays long episode. Is it birthday or end of the year? I don't remember. One of these days,
Mm,
I shall send them one long episode. They just sent one suspicious eye back.
aye.
Like,
It's
what do
called
you
tough
want? I'm
love.
like,
It's called tough
just
love.
accept it.
Because
Just accept it. If I
usually,
call them and I'm like, "How my brother, I miss you," I like Ife, what do you
what do you
want?
want? Where is
And
the
I don't
editing?
want anything.
It's
I just
track
want to say
record. It's
I.
track record. Anybody that sounds like that, we shall know, because the trick. My beloved sibling, thou that art specially, just say, bro, just cut off. What do you
What
want?
do you want?
And all that. But big shout out to every first child, firstborn
Yeah.
out there.
Big
God
shout out to
keeps
my
you. God
brother,
keeps you.
especially. I
Big shout
love
out to
you,
my
all three
sister.
of them.
Big shout out to your
I
first
love
brother.
you so
All three of
much.
them. We love you so much. Big shout out to my older siblings.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Shout out.
Big shout out.
And all
Okay.
the firstborns that are watching us in the
We
comments.
salute you. And it
Yeah, we
gets
love
better. Let
you.
me say this. It gets better, right?
Yes,
Keep
yes.
faith alive. Let your hope not die. It gets better. Definitely gets better.
Yep.
Yup. Now, to the moment we all have been waiting for. If a dilemma.
Yeah.
Drum rolls.
Welcome. Thank you.
Let's hit it.
All right. I Trent. I'm a 27-year-old woman, and I've been seeing a man who is 41.
27-year-old lady.
Okay, 27-year-old lady.
Have you now?
Yes.
Because
And
when you
I've
say
been
27-year-old
seeing
woman, it give,
like
the
an
word,
elder.
the word makes you
Yeah.
look, but yeah,
Okay.
you're still a woman.
Okay.
Before they come for me and just,
And I've been seeing a man who is 41. He's
huh?
kind, established,
Okay.
and treats me better than anyone I've ever dated. But I can't shake this feeling that we are different, that we are at very different life stages. He's already done the whole build your career, settle down, travel the world phase, and I'm just starting mine. I don't want to lose something good because I'm overthinking, but I also don't want to ignore the differences that might cause issues later. Please advise me. Let me take, anyway, there's no need to take it one more time. We'll have it on the
27-year-old woman,
seeing
41
a
year
41-year-old
old
man.
guy. So I'll allow you do the honors
Why?
as the lady here. So let me pose this as a question for you. What do you think about this? Can you do something like this? Can you date a 40-year-old? But I don't 40. Let's say, can you be 27? I don't know what your age is. Let me not cast you online.
I'm
But
18.
yeah, can you be 18 and date a 45-year-old man?
Ah, um, yes. Yes. So
Really?
look,
You like mature. So
that's the
am I really
thing.
surprised? No. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like yes, but it depends
Fair
on the
save your future.
man.
Yes. Me, I know is yes. Just accept it. Yes.
It depends on the
Um.
man if he's willing to like not carry the old age thing and
Yeah.
treat me like his
Okay.
younger one.
Can you marry someone younger than you?
Ah, no, it depends.
If and it depends.
It depends. If it's like a year difference, I can still cope.
2 years,
No.
4 years.
No.
What if he's mature?
Mm.
He's
It would,
mature.
it would
He's
no.
mature, Ife. He's
It will have
accomplished,
to be
visionary, driven.
uh, if it's very, very matured.
So,
Otherwise,
so Let me just say this actually, right? It's important that we, to our own self, we are true,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, people are at different seasons. There's something called seasons in life, right? Um, there are there are times when you are at a season in your life, and then someone comes into your life and is in a completely different
Different
season.
season. Yeah.
Usually, if two people that are in different seasons maybe even set out to start have a relationship and all that, usually it doesn't work
Work
out.
out.
And it's simple. The Bible puts it this way: two cannot work together until they be agreed. What that means is that you are at a season of your life where this is your reality. So it means the activities that will be happening in those seasons will be informed by that season, right? It
Yeah.
means your hunger, your perception, your desires in that season is influenced by the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can be going the same place. Let, for example, like she's saying, the man has overcome the whole discover yourself
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
all of that season and all, and she is just
Is in a
discovering.
settled phase.
Now, let me say that first of all, it doesn't have to be a deal breaker in itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
The
to
issue
be a
is
deal
not
breaker.
the age.
The issue is
Like
not
what
the
I'm
age.
saying now is not
Yes,
the age.
the
It's
issue
just the
is
fact that they are
at
different,
different
like what you said,
seasons, right?
different seasons.
But let me also put the idea of seasons in context, because I believe that if you're going the same place and he is just ahead of you, it should be a plus and not necessarily a minus. It will be detrimental if you are not going the same place. Take for example, you are dating someone that has global impact, someone that is impactful in society, maybe a person of influence and all that. That is older, is 41. You are coming up and you want to do something in that line. You want to be globally relevant. You want to, touch lives across continents and all of that. Now, that person can be some sort of motivation for you because you are going the same place. That he has gone ahead does not mean you cannot go with that person. Even in a relationship, even in marriage, that person can mentor you, that person can coach you, that person can inspire you to do what you want to do. So you are walking in the same path. So it is possible in this case. But when the person you are with now, his vision for life is that he wants to become maybe king in his village. That's He's 41, is pursuing chieftaincy title, and you just believe that your vision is somewhat different from that. You are
Entirely.
looking into something maybe global, and he is looking something local. You know that in a matter of time, it's not just about the season that is older. You have no, is that
Yes.
when you get to where he is by that age, you'll be lolo. Sorry, at the very best. You'll be Yawoga at the very best. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Whereas you are
Yeah.
seeing yourself in the nations. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more a function of where are you going to. This
Yeah.
can be an advantage rather than a disadvantage. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, if this person is going to be, let's say you have a vision, God has told you you're going into ministry, and this guy has gone ahead in ministry, he has built churches and he's single, and God is now saying, okay, maybe he's coming around and he's saying, okay, what are you thinking?
What's the Lord saying?
Considering it.
Mm.
And he has gone ahead. Plus, that's where you're going. God has told you. You are in the same line. But this
It's just
person,
fast tracking your journey.
exactly, you now, God told you that you have a call to be maybe into the secular space, maybe even as a musician, maybe as an
Mm-hmm.
artist, not a gospel artist, so a
Mm.
secular artist. God says you are going to that field and all of that, and then this person is the lead pastor of a church.
Mm.
How do you correlate it? Because when you get to that future where he is already, by
It
the
would
time you get there,
need.
he is going to need a mommy Jew.
Mm.
Mommy Jew doesn't have to
But
be a bad thing, anyways.
yeah, I know, but not necessarily. Like she can be off doing her own thing, and he can be doing his own thing.
Where have you
It
seen it happen?
doesn't.
There are certain things, there are certain visions
Mm,
that two two people cannot be doing different things. A
opposite.
time comes that for that vision to be consolidated,
Mm-hmm.
both
That's
of
to
you
be
have to be
focused on
inside.
it.
Somebody is
Hmm.
supporting somebody is assisting someone to achieve that. So
Yeah.
I understand the idea of you do your thing, I'll do my thing. But check it out. If you see okay, for example, litmus test, the president and the president's wife, no matter what the president's wife study, whether it's petrochemical engineering or it's tailoring, the moment the man becomes president, she becomes first
First
lady.
lady.
She begins to do humanitarian work. It doesn't matter what she studied. This becomes she gets a new portfolio of what life should be,
Yeah.
humanitarian work and all of those kind of things. It means that if that is not a calling, if she's seen herself in entertainment as a
No, no,
president's
no, no,
wife, you
no, no.
cannot be doing that.
Yes, yes, that can
So
work.
imagine now as a lead pastor's wife of a ministry that is going to thrive. God has called you to comedy, has led that you as an entertainer. You just imagine that there's
Yeah.
going to be clashes because
Yes.
there's a decorum that a pastor's wife should have. That professionally, okay, take for example, can you marry an actor that believes he's called not to Mount Zion movies, to
To
secular
secular.
movies?
Yes, now we just have some additions, like some agreements.
Like no kissing on scene.
Exactly.
Because that's the only thing
That's
I
the only that's the only
so
that's the
so
only thing.
so
Any other
so
thing.
he can smoke on scene. He can do all the just
He
even though
can't, no, he can't smoke.
if
He
he wants
can't
to play
smoke.
oboz, let's say he's playing oboz.
He will
By the
do
way, we
fake
need to
one.
talk about To Kill a Monkey.
Yes,
You
yes,
guys should watch out
yes,
for. We have
yes.
to do a
Very
review on To
soon.
Kill a
Yep.
Monkey.
Yep.
If you have seen that movie, right, the actors are not necessarily the characters they're portraying.
Yes,
So
it's
you have
just
to
the character.
portray a rough guy, and he has to smoke. He has to act like
And
he
we'll put
or
that one in the agreement. No kissing, no
you
smoking.
don't want his
What
career to
else?
blossom. Just tell him. So now these are the things. Because of your kind of personality and what you believe God has called you to do, you cannot be explaining to your family people that it's movie. It's not real. He doesn't do this thing. It's movie, right? So rather
Yeah.
than do that, if
They'll
someone
look
come in
for
and his
someone
future
else.
is going to be a Hollywood star, you're not going the same path.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
yes,
I
yes. I
believe
get
that
you.
age is not a factor. It's not always a factor.
Yeah.
Especially in this case where the lady is the younger one, right? It should even be a good thing, provided the guy has gone ahead in what the lady is going for.
And then another thing is the guy willing to allow her grow? Because looking at this kind of thing now, the guy is settled, so he
Yeah.
can be in a phase like,
Don't
what do
walk.
you and then the woman is like, I want to discover myself, I want to travel the world, I want to do this, and the man is like, why do you want to do all of this? I'm going to provide for you.
This is the same thing about vision.
Yeah.
Because no, if you're involved in a man that if you're involved with a man that is visionary, it automatically means the man understands the power of vision. So the man will automatically, most likely, I don't want to just use a general statement because there's the ought is dichotomy. What ought to be doesn't always is not always
Always
what
what
it is.
is.
Yes. So, but in a perfect world, that a visionary man would want a visionary woman. Like I said, in a perfect world, there are exceptions, but a visionary man would appreciate the power of visionary women also, so that he doing his stuff would see his wife coming behind him also doing her stuff. And okay, let's even talk about women that are more known than their husband. We
Yes.
have examples of them, a plethora of them.
Plenty.
Women that are doing amazing things around the world that you don't even know their
Their
husbands until you go and
husband.
Google and see the man.
Yes.
And the man is supporting them. But you see, he's able to do all of those things because from the get-go, he knew or he appreciates the power of a visionary person. He understands that this is where we are going, this is where this woman is going to. I can accommodate it. Some people, that's the honest truth. Not every man is wired, or not every man has been trained to be comfortable with a woman's exploits.
Yes.
It's not even that the man is wicked. Some people environment train them to see the woman
That
as
should be the head.
yes.
So anything she's
And
doing
his idea of
shouldn't be more
head
than you.
is to be better.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not always the case. Many times your head doesn't have, you don't wear anything on your head, but you dress your body. I'm saying that sometimes
Yeah.
it's okay that you're that
Ooh, wow.
stop it, stop mentioning it.
No, 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 no. That's
Yeah, just write
powerful.
it in a career 2025.
That's
No, but
powerful.
I mean, sometimes you have to bend over backwards to ensure that even the person that God has brought to your life is even achieving more. Sometimes that's the idea of leadership, that the people coming after you can attain heights that you can only dream of, but you coach them, you give them the right enabling atmosphere to achieve those things. So those are the things. So my advice, right, in nutshell, to this person would be, you need to have brutal conversations with this person. Where are you going in life? What do you see your future to be? Right? Age should not be a number. Usually the fear people have with age is by the time I'm giving birth,
He's more
He's
advanced
more
in
advanced.
that's another
He's closer
thing.
to his grave.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're Nigerians. The truth, they think I'm right. He's closer to
Mm,
his grave, and
mm,
sometimes people are scared of those realities.
yeah.
Some you see, I've heard ladies say, I rather do life with someone that's my age, so we
You can
can
grow
grow
together.
together. Not
Mm.
someone that has gone advanced. Other people, it's a matter of preference.
And that's
Like if
another
it, but
issue.
let me not drag you here.
That's another issue that I have with the younger, like an
The
older
age
lady.
dichotomy thing.
Yes, especially if it's flipped. It's
Mm.
more easier
If
for a
the lady
man
is older.
older,
Mm.
because ladies, we tend to look older. Like with
Mm.
age, you can see, especially when you start giving birth,
Mm.
except you take extra care of
Yeah.
yourself. Otherwise, when you start
Or you
giving
have young
birth,
genes like Genevieve.
some, yes, some people
Big
are
shout
blessed
out.
like that.
Like me.
So
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving on. I'll
So
come back to
except
you. Nice one.
so except you are taking extra care of yourself or you
Yeah.
are blessed,
Yeah.
you tend to look, a lady will tend to look older than the man. So when the age thing is now coming up, like you're already older than the man,
Yeah.
so it will now look as, at some point it will look as if the guy is with, like, is that your elder sister or is that your mom?
Well, I
This
think
kind of thing. I know it's not applicable to
to
all.
everybody.
Yes.
And also I also feel like in this 21st century, just like the truth of the matter, there's no ugly person in the 21st century anymore.
Yes.
Do you agree that there's no ugly
Yes.
person?
Yes. Yes.
Who know fine real life? God has created systems through science and technology and wisdom. And the person is now fine. You're wondering that,
Yeah.
thank God. Let's just leave it
All
there.
glory to
Right.
God.
So what I'm saying in essence is that even at that point where it looks like maybe the lady is looking more advanced in age, there are things, and I feel like connection in marriage should not just be about looks.
Physical looks.
Because the moment you fall for that deception, life will happen. Life will definitely happen. The man will grow a tummy.
Pot belly.
Thinking about my life. Zoom in, zoom
Please,
out.
we'll have this
Anyways,
cricket
moving
moment.
out. Right? The wrinkles will come in. Right? And it's true what you said. Men tend to age
Slower.
slower, or men tend to
But
become.
women tend to become, like, we mature faster, like mentally. Accept it. It's just the way it is. Like,
Is how you feel. Just cook up something. What are your
that's it now.
prove
Like
it?
ladies, even in science, like when
Which
they
of the
are,
science?
when we get to adulthood, ladies tend to mature faster mentally. So like a 30-year-old lady and a 40-year-old man mentally are the same, or even let's say 45, like mentally, like
If I
we are
prove
just,
it.
don't
If I prove
worry,
it.
I will put it on the screen now. I will
We need
submit
to
my
start
facts.
having we need to have a fact checker device on this app. That as we are talking, once you say one, you say no, if it's a lie, it's a lie.
I'll submit my facts to the editor. You see it on the
I
screen.
think I understand what you're saying. That
Thank you. Understand and agree.
okay, moving on. Let's just leave it there. So, but I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That usually maybe a lady that is 20 years old and a guy that is 20 years old are not thinking the same.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
A guy that is 20 years old is thinking, I need to discover my life. An average lady, I'm saying average now, is probably thinking that, I'm so approaching the days where I'll get married.
Lies.
You get naturally, no, that's the truth.
No.
It doesn't have to be. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying it's the truth.
No. But moving on, the same way you didn't agree, me too, I'm not agreeing
The
with
idea I
this.
don't agree.
But moving
Well,
on.
the comment sections will answer it.
Yes,
Anyways,
please.
moving on.
Yes.
But averagely, a 20-year-old guy he has not discovered life. Usually,
Yes.
he's just, in fact, he's not serious, or maybe he's just trying to be serious with his life. Whereas a 20-year-old lady is realizing that life is happening. I'm telling you, one of the things at the back of her mind strongly, honestly, is the truth. Except you are wired
That's
differently,
true.
except you are
That's
taught
true,
differently.
because ladies, for example, an 18-year-old lady already has a man, like a 25-year-old man, asking her out.
So yeah, valid. I agree.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
a 30-year-old. But I'll just say that beyond the looks, there must be something psychological, some mental. Let me use the word mental, right? That is something mental, something.
Something that you are seeing in the person.
Let me just say something
past
beyond the
the
physical.
physical, yes. But
Because
my
when
issue
that
with
fails,
this is, at this point, like at the start, you might be okay, like talking about the guy now. or the
Yeah.
female. You might be okay with it, thinking I'm not looking at the appearance, I'm seeing beyond the appearance, I love her for who she is, blah 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 blah. Much later, when the woman is now more advanced, and then you are seeing, anyway, let's just kill it.
You need
Moving on.
anyways, but as a matter of final thoughts, what are your what would be your counsel for this
To
lady?
her, I would say she should have a personal evaluation. Can she deal with it? What are the things that she wants to experience, that she feels she will not be able to do in a relationship with this man? If it's something that is not that important, she should go ahead with it, or have a conversation with him. First, have a conversation with herself, and then when she's settled, have a conversation with the man. These are my issues. Can this work out? Will you be able to accommodate this? Blah blah blah, and then they will reach a
That's
conclusion.
a 15-year gap, if I'm not mistaken, or 14-year gap. She's
Yeah,
27. He's
three
41. That's
years,
14 years
14.
gap. In some climes, that's wrong. But I will just say that while I try not to make general statements, right? That he is 14 years older does not mean it's going to be a tyrannic relationship, right? There are gentlemen, there are soft men that although they are advanced, they are not going to come and daddy her around, right? So I think this has to do a lot with the specific nature of that person. I wouldn't want to speak generally, but there's need for a lot of evaluation, personal evaluation. Look, and to your own self, be truthful. Somebody says that there's the hardest person to advise is the person that is in love. So if you're already in love, too, I don't know how God will help you, sha. But the truth of it is you want to be honest to thy own self, be true. This person, what are the proclivities this person has? What are the tendencies that this person has? Does this person have a tendency to want to boss me around because he's older? Does this person have a tendency to want to silence my visions and my dreams? Does this person have the tendency to fuel my visions to flame? Does this person have the tendency to help me achieve what I want to achieve? Can I go with this person? And if you can, there's nothing wrong with it. In the Bible, people, I mean, the age gap
It's
sometimes
even
was,
more,
so much,
yeah.
right? So I'm saying that it's not necessarily a bad thing. It is person specific, in my opinion. So it is up to her to do an honest evaluation of who this person is and the tendencies, the proclivities you have observed with this person, and then determine whether or not you are able to go
To
on
go
with it.
ahead, yeah.
That's my
And lastly, if the age thing is an issue, maybe you are thinking it will get older than you, you can always pray that God should restore his youth.
wow.
Like, contract the
The
age.
age. This
Yes,
is a new dimension.
anything is possible.
I don't know this dimension, but it first says it exists. So
You
yeah,
can pray.
trends.
God loves us. So you can pray that God should
Wow,
just
wow, and God
like
will tell
restore
you
his
just go for
youth.
a yoga person. But anyways, right? Like I said, let just to your own self be true,
Yeah.
evaluate, and it only gets better. I mean, it's been an interesting conversation. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
from the conversations about the firstborns, and big shout out to every firstborn out there. And
Yeah.
this dilemma question, it's always interesting whenever we come on trends to talk about these things, because the truth of it is that these are real life issues. These are things, situations people are in. These are people's dynamics, their circumstances, and we must be empathic rather about them. We must be touched with these things, and also as much as possible prefer solutions. So I'd like to
Yeah.
give a big shout out to everyone who has joined in.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd have called your name one by one, but yeah, it is what it is. Love you guys. My name remains Nakale Nakale, and I had with me the amazing purple head
Ifeolu.
Ifeolua in the building.
Yeah.
Right. If you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please head straight to YouTube. Of course, you're watching this on YouTube, so subscribe if you're not
Mm-hmm.
yet subscribed. And you can follow us on Instagram
Instagram
at
TV
TV
Redefined,
Redefined
and
and
also on TikTok
TikTok.
TV Redefined.
Please do so, and you'll be so glad, because you get to keep up with amazing content. You get to get first-hand information the moment we have juicy gist for you. So it's something you don't want to miss out from. Till we come away again next time, we love you. Bye. Hey guys, do you know that you can have the amazing privilege to be a part of what we do here on Ambience TV? Yes, if you'd like to partner with us, you can make use of these account details being displayed wherever you are across the world. You've been blessed, you love what we do here at Ambience TV, we like to call for those of you that would love to partner with us. Kindly send us your gracious gifts. We'll be so delighted to receive them. You can make use of these account details being displayed, and we'll be so grateful that you did. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. If you have something to tell them,
Yes.
Kilo Day. There's what to talk about.
Also, if you like us to spotlight your brand, whatever it is you do, you
Yeah.
want it to be shown to more people because
Mm.
we have a wide range of
Yes.
audience. So you can always partner with us. Brand partnership, the details is on the screen. You can reach out to the number on the screen, and it will also be in the
Yep.
description
And
box.
if you want to have advert placements, you want to put your
Yeah.
stuff, your products, your services, yourself, I want to give shout outs to people on maybe on their big days, especially whatever it is you want to do. You want to just have your stuff showcased here on Ambience TV. You can reach out to us via this number, and we'll be so delighted. God bless you. See you some other time later. Bye bye.